everybody is doing it. Some people be lying. Your life is going downhill. He not the one, sis. I heard about them before I actually seen them. Girl code, come on now. Deal breakers, 2 strikes and you're out. No exception. Hi my loves, it's me, Gina B, and welcome back to Basics, your guide to everything back to school. Today's video, I feel like it's the video we all been waiting for. Boys, friends, and also, you know, it's Gina B. I threw in God. Come on now. This video is everything relationships, how to date successfully in college, how to make and maintain friends, how to deal with toxic friends, and how to get closer to God. So let's start with boys, because you know the girls want to talk about the boys and the boys want to talk about the girls. I do want to say dating is very subjective. Your idea of dating might not be my idea of dating. For the sake of this video, I'm just telling you guys things I wish people told me when it came to boys and dating. First thing I just want to put out there is you may or may not, emphasis on not, stressing the not, but you may find your husband in college. I did not date in high school that much for real. You know what I'm saying? High school dating is not real dating. I couldn't wait to go to college boys, everyday college boys. If I would only face my front and study my books, college boys, I thought I was gonna find my husband. You're more likely to find your bridesmaids. Shine your eye though, don't be discouraged. You never know who God has in store for you. Like for me, I found my man at a college age. I didn't find him at my college. That's just one thing I really want to throw out there. Do not be disillusioned. These boys are the same, even worse. They just trying to get one thing or two in their mouth. Please be mindful. The freshman senior thing is so true. I remember my freshman year, all the girls used to tell me, don't fall for the seniors. They like to date all the freshman girls. Don't fall for them. The first boy that tried to talk to me was a senior. Please do not be naive. When these senior boys start talking to you, they think, oh, you young, you fresh. They just want something new. They done ran through every other grade. You fresh meat, and they looking for some meat. They looking for a lot of things. Have your standards and stick to them. Please do not lower your standards for nobody. I made a list. Yes, I made a list of what I wanted in a man. I think I have it. When I tell you that was the best thing I could have done, I have my iPad as always. That was the best thing I could have done because I started dating intentionally. I knew exactly who was it and who was not it. Ooh. So yeah, I put my standards, red flags, deal breakers, boundaries, what I'm looking for, what they must have, my ideals. I literally wrote myself a whole list so that I don't lose sight, because sometimes I feel like when you like somebody, you let a lot of things slide. So making this list, every time I met a boy, I would just vet him against this list that I made that was not influenced by him yet. Yeah, I'm calculating, I'm writing, I'm seeing what y'all about. Let me give y'all some ideas. So standard, God-fearing. I'm sorry. Need I say more? Physically and mentally well put together. Red flags, lack of communication. If you don't actively text me, call me, I put or communicate as much as possible on all platforms. I'm sorry, I'm that type of girl. I need you to be talking to me on Instagram. We need to be tweeting each other. Snap me, text me, FaceTime me, phone call, like all platforms. I need to be on every line because I feel like boys do that. One girl is on Snapchat, one girl is on Instagram, one girl is on, no, I need to be on all three because I need to be your only one. Lack of certainty. The moment you, let's go with the flow. I don't do relationships. Speaking of before commitment, the moment you talk about what you want to do in my body before you talking about how I'm gonna be your wife, I cannot deal with you. You're mine. I literally put deal breakers, 2 strikes and you're out. No exception. Pessimistic. Oh my gosh, I'm very delusional, very la la land. If you don't support me and my delusional ways, bring me back to reality or tell me things weren't realistic, no, it's not realistic for you. For me and my God, we gonna get it done. And something that really helped me, someone said, replace the person's name with Corinthians 13 verse 4, which is what love is. So love is patient, love is kind. Is the boy you're dealing with, is he patient, is he kind? Are you those things? Are you patient, are you kind? I do not advise participating in hookup culture, but I'm in college, but I want to have fun, but we're in Miami. You do not have to participate in hookup culture, one night stands to have the college experience. What you are gonna experience is heartache, headache, drama. Like it's too much. Like I would not recommend it. But at the same time, it's your coochie. Do you bubble when something happen? When something happen? Don't say I didn't tell you so. And another thing a lot of girls don't talk about is how participating in hookup culture can ruin your reputation. I know a couple people that I heard about them before I actually seen them. Because of certain activities they were involved in, they got a certain name for themselves. It's sad, it's annoying that double standards exist. You can't fight reality with ideals, right? So in my world, double standards should not exist, but they do. But am I gonna do things and then cry about the result? No, I'm just gonna move correctly and move intentionally and move strategically. That's you, cool. But all I'm saying, don't get pressured though. If that's not you and that's not what you're into and that's not who you are, please do not let the fact that your friends may be doing it or everybody is doing it. Some people be lying too. But also have fun, like, but not have fun in a be loose type of way, but have fun in terms of don't put stress on every boy you talk to, every relationship. This gotta work out, this gotta be the one. Just be mindful, like know the environment. These boys be doing anything and everything with everyone, so when it gets to you, just don't let them do it with you. Bet and don't let. Pay close attention to their character and who they are. And if they're the one, God will let you know. I promise you. If he's not the one, you won't know. You know when he's not the one. You know when there's confusion, heartache, your life is going downhill. He not the one, sis. That's enough about boys. I feel like with boys, it's so situational and I don't want to just state one thing and you have to go with it. So again, if you have dilemmas and stuff, try to DM me. Maybe I'll try to go on live a lot more so you guys could ask me, like, I don't know, like with boys, I'm done talking about boys. Let's talk about friends. And making friends does not have to be hard and complicated. It takes time. You can't put pressure on yourself like, I have to make friends. Ways I would say you can make friends is giving compliments like, girl, I like your shirt. I like your hair. Ooh, your earrings. Another thing is asking questions like, hey, what is the teacher talking about? Now she like, girl, I don't know. Now y'all kikiing. I'm very open, and one thing I would do is like, I'm more open than the other person so that you could feel comfortable. So I'd be like, girl, I do not know what's going on. Then they feel like it's a safe space to talk to me, because it is. Literally, when someone's talking to you, talk back. Say your opinion. Just engaging. Even in class, like making study groups. Hey, you trying to study? Like, I really don't get what's going on. Just be genuine and be real. A lot of people be like, I want friends, I want friends. Are you even maintaining the friendships you have? Some things I like to do to maintain my friendships is celebrate. I love celebrating birthdays. I feel like when it comes to friends and birthdays, it's so important. Making sure you're celebrating birthdays, accomplishments, anything. Just make sure you celebrate and you're there for the people that are currently in your life. Congratulating them, literally just being there for them in good time and bad. Checking up on them. Like if you don't hear from a friend for a while, check up on them. A lot of people could tend to self-isolate when what they really need is a friend. So be the friend that you're looking for. Bonding, activities, planning little things, because activities help you grow closer together and create memories. I don't deal with it. I'm sorry. I do not have to deal with a fake friend. If you genuinely are bad for my health and you're toxic, I do not have to deal with you. But what if that friend is your roommate, or it's hard to not deal with the person? This is what I suggest. Distance yourself as much as possible. Distance doesn't always have to be physical, right? It could be mental. I just don't talk to you as often. I don't talk to you in the same way. I don't share the same things. Try to solve the problem with that person. Stop going to other people in your friend group. Stop going to other friends. Pray about it to God and then talk to that person one-on-one. Some people though, they're not good with confrontation. So I get it if you don't want to talk to that person one-on-one, but telling your other friends or telling other people makes it worse in so many ways, because now you look like a hypocrite once you solve the problem, or now it just makes it a way bigger problem. So if you can, and if it's safe, try to talk to that person one-on-one. Speak up and don't dwell. If your friend does something to you, tell them right away, or tell them when you're in an emotional state to speak on it, but don't dwell on it and villainize this person and be upset when they don't know why you back. All in all, I feel like you don't have to be their friend. If they are toxic, distance yourself and stop engaging, or try to solve it and try to be at least cordial. You don't have to cut them off and never talk to them again, but just don't let them in the same way that they can hurt you. Avoid clicking up. When you click up and you limit yourself to a certain type of friend group, a certain type of people, when it all goes bad, you're left with nothing. Network and be kind to everyone, but don't be friends with everybody now, because that also starts problems, and just be mindful. Know what each friend is for. All friends are not made equally. Everybody isn't that person for everything. So just know what the friendship is based off of, right? And be mindful of what the friendship is based off of. If y'all friendship is really only based on getting lit and going to parties, don't think you could trust that person with your deepest and darkest secrets when they have their own best friend. You get, because chances are they gonna talk about you. You have a best friend and you feel safe, that's your person to talk to, not the friend you only see when y'all partying. What makes you think she gonna keep your secrets? I really do think friendship is important, and college is a very, very, very interesting time in our lives as young adults. So do not self-isolate, but also do not be overly dependent. Again, just in life, have balance. Have friends, but have that alone time. And it's so unfortunate that I even have to say this. Do not let boys get in the way. There's so many times where I've seen friends break up because of a boy, and that boy ruins their life, and you even need the friend that you ditched for that boy, but you don't have nobody now. Girl code, come on now. It's just a shame that nowadays girl code is practically non-existent, and it's every woman for themselves. But like, y'all, we need each other. Please, please, please don't let these dusty boys get in the way of your friend. Friendship and sisterhood is so special and so important. Don't take it for granted. Make the effort needed to maintain unity and sisterhood, because it's gonna come in handy. There's nothing like a good friend. Even in the Bible, someone was healed because of their friend's faith. So having the right people in your circle could change your life. I did the basics. I prayed. I barely prayed before my meals, but I prayed at night before going to sleep, because that one is just habit. But I really, really wish I did the little things to maintain my relationship with God, because that is the most important relationship in your life. We're more than flesh. We're more than our body. So if your spirit is not connected with God, you will notice so much trauma, so much mishap, so much anxiety, so much hardships, because you are not plugged into the right source. I know it's hard, because college is literally the Antichrist. Let me stop. College is literally the breeding ground for sin and temptation. So it's so hard. God might feel like just another thing to check off, or just another thing on your to-do list, but it's so important to just try. Just the effort. Like he said, the faith of a mustard seed. Do y'all know how small? I don't even know what a mustard seed looks like. The faith of a mustard seed can move mountains. So God just wants our effort. We are not perfect, and he understands that, especially in college. Some practical tips I would recommend is incorporating God into your morning routine. Like, obviously it's about relationship, not religion, but just having these core practices could just help your relationship. So for me, one thing I love is a devotional. I love Glorify, which is an app that you could do your devotional on. There's Bible plans, or there's devotional books. Like for me, making a rule that God is the first person I talk to and the last person I talk to. Just that rule alone could improve your relationship with God in so many ways. Pray, 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 pray.
Ah, Jesus!
That boy stressing you out, pray. That teacher stressing you out, pray. You don't know what to do, pray. You don't know your major, pray, 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 pray. Like, y'all, prayer changes everything. It's not that prayer necessarily solves the problem. It just positions your heart for change. It does what it needs to do. I don't know what it is about prayer. It's so magical, but it's not magic. It's practical, and you can do it any time of the day. Nowadays, I don't listen to secular music as much. That's a personal conviction. I'm not saying that's what you gotta do, but I wish at least I was playing a little gospel music while getting ready. I'm giving you a popcorn when I really should have gave Tasha Cobbs. Going to less parties and more church. I'm not saying never ever party. It's college. I get it. At least try to, you know, make it a church. I also wish I made more friends that were believers and further along in their Christian journey than me, so I could learn from them and normalize being more Christ-like while in college. You could do that by getting involved in your church, joining your church's e-board, joining the choir, joining the media team, like being more involved with believers on campus, because I feel like that's so special, because you guys are in it together. Being in college and loving God and trying to not fall into temptation can be so hard. So you need that support. If all your friends aren't on that same journey and you're trying to get closer to God while you're in college, it could be very hard. So definitely having friends that align with your goals and align especially with getting closer to God is so crucial. I also wish I studied my Bible just as much as I was studying these textbooks, because once I graduated, literally Bible studying is changing my life, because so many things I wonder about and so many things that I had questions about, the Bible answers for me, from marriage to money to relationships to friendship. It's all in the Bible. Because my mindset in college was God could wait. Like, I'm young and turned, I'm young and lit, like I'll become holier than thou later. But who said you got later? You trust in God to wake you up every day, but you don't trust him enough to give him your life? Interesting. You want him to wake you up, but you won't even pray. Okay. I'm doing the calculations and I'm getting an error. There's an error, there's a flaw in your philosophy. I feel like when you wait, you make God wait, you give sin more time to grow. So just be very mindful. And once I start thinking about life that way, like who am I becoming, it just helps me put so much into perspective. You're thinking about boys, you're thinking about your friends, but you forget about God. But sometimes he's the one person that could change any circumstance. The things I thought I was missing out of are the things that now I'm healing from. Because there's so many experiences that you do not have to go through in order to be valid, to be a college girl. I feel like society tricks us into doing so many things that we do not need to do. Before I went to college, I had so many convictions that I let the college environment normalize, that now I'm going back to that. So definitely pray against that spirit of temptation. Just pray. I'm praying for you. I'm rooting for you. And yeah, so that's all for today's video. I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. We have one more video left. Oh my gosh! Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you have been enjoying this series and getting value from it. Do not forget, I love you, God loves you. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay blessed. Mwah. Bye.